Hello dear viewers, this is ERi-TV English News Broadcast. I'm your reporter Bessabet Taghla, and these are the major headlines for today. President Isaias met and held talks with officials of the Chinese Communist Party. Independence Day celebration continues in southern region. Russia's oil exports rose to the highest level in April. And UK's unemployment rate rises higher amid skyrocketing inflation. On your local reports, President Isaias Afwerki in the morning hours of today, 17 May, met and held talks with Mr. Hua Xiaowei, General Secretary of Chinese Communist Party of Sichuan Province, and Party Secretary of Chengdu, Mr. Hua Xiang. At the meeting, Mr. Hua Xiaowei, welcoming President Isaias Afwerki, said that his visit to China and his profound discussion with President Xi Jinping will have significant contribution in strengthening the historic relations between Eritrea and China. Mr. Wang expressed gratitude for Eritrea's stand on the issues of Taiwan and Hong Kong and thanked the people and government of Eritrea for the safe journey of the Chinese nationals from the Sudan through Eritrea. Mr. Wang also expressed readiness of Sichuan Province to cooperate with Eritrea in the sectors of infrastructure, agriculture, and tourism. President Isaias, on his part, elaborating on Eritrea's broad multi-sector development programs for the short, medium, and long terms, expressed his expectation that China will support in the implementation of the national development programs. President Isaias also visited several institutions and discussed with heads of the institutions. The 32nd anniversary of Independence Day celebration in the southern region that commenced with the tour of the Independence Cup is continuing in all the subzones of the region, featuring various programs. According to Mr. Abraham Yohannes, Director General of Culture and Sports in the region, the celebration includes cultural and artistic programs, taking into consideration children, Warsa program focusing on national development drives, as well as sports competitions and seminars. Mr. Abraham went on to say that the celebration that will be conducted on 22 May at the regional level in Mendefera will include artistic performances as well as dramas in which over 700 students will take part. Mr. Abraham indicated that football, athletics, and cycling competitions have already started as part of the celebrations. Microcredit and saving program in Ansaba region is contributing in the improvement of livelihoods of women that are engaged in a variety of trade activities. The beneficiary women explained that with the small amount of credit they received from the program, they have been able to develop their activities and called on others to take advantage of the opportunity being provided and improve their lives. Mr. Goito Mahabtetien, head of the program in the region, said that the objective of the program is to expand the program in all the subzones of the region and encourage the public to benefit from the program individually and in group. Mr. Goitom further noted that in 2022, about 32 million nafa has been dispersed to customers from 151 village banks, out of which 11.3 million nafa has been distributed to females. Mr. Goitom also called on the public to return their loans on time so that others will have the opportunity to benefit from the program. On your last local news, Mr. Umar Yahya, administrator of Gunda Subzone, reported that various development programs have been implemented in the subzone with strong community participation. Mr. Umar said that in the past years of independence, the number of health facilities has increased to 10 from 0, and the number of beneficiaries from the health facilities has equally increased. And there are 60 educational facilities ranging from kindergartens to high schools providing regular education. Pointing out that transportation and communication services as well as potable water supply have significantly developed, Mr. Umar said that 80% of the residents of the subzone have become beneficiaries of potable water supply. Mr. Umar further noted that 6 micro-dams have been constructed in the administrative areas of Hutit, Mayhabar, Tseret, Dangolo, Adshuma, and Damas, and water and soil conservation activities have been conducted in which over 70,000 residents took part. Mr. Umar also said that maternity rooms have been constructed in Ginda, Nefasit, Gahtelai, Imbatkala, and Damas. Schools have been constructed in Hutit and Ndeli, and 150 families have been regrouped from Agambosa to Damas. Mr. Umar also called on the residents to strengthen participation in the conservation of forestry and wildlife. TV viewers, and now we'll be back with your international reports after the short break. Welcome back. Russia's oil exports rose in April to the highest level since its war in Ukraine, boosting revenues by $1.7 billion despite Western sanctions. This is according to the International Energy. The Paris-based organization said Russian exports increased by 50,000 barrels per day to 8.3 million barrels per day last month, estimating that the country did not fully deliver on a threat to cut production sharply. The country's oil export revenues rose by $1.7 billion to $15 billion in April. The figure, however, was 27% lower than the same month in 2022. Russia's tax receipts from its oil and gas sectors were down by 64% year-on-year, the agency added. The group of 7 wealthy nations and Australia have set price caps on Russian petroleum products and crude in coordination with the European Union in an effort to cut a key source of funding for its war on Ukraine. The European Union has also imposed embargoes on the country's key oil exports. On your final report, UK's unemployment rate has increased over the first 3 months of the year as skyrocketing inflation puts further pressure on the labour market, according to official data released on Tuesday. According to a report by the National Bureau of Statistics, the unemployment rate across UK climbed from 3.8% during the 3-month period ending in February to 3.9%. The unemployment report followed Monday's official data, showing Britain's economic output contracted for a second month in a row in April, weighed down by soaring consumer prices. Based on official data, the consumer price index exceeded 10% in March. Inflation in the UK's grocery market has soared to a record high of 17.1%, hitting prices for milk and eggs the hardest in March. The UK economy is experiencing its worst conditions in decades, with inflation soaring and the cost of living crisis weighing further on people's lives. That was all with your domestic and international news, and now a recap of the major headlines. President Isaias met and held talks with officials of Chinese Communist Party. Independence Day celebration continues in southern region. Russia's oil exports rose to the highest level in April. And UK's unemployment rate rises higher amid skyrocketing inflation. Dear viewers, that was it for today. Thanks for watching.